All right, today we're diving into a true classic, Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, this isn't just another productivity hack book. Oh no. This is more like a blueprint, a real roadmap for building a life of, meaningful success, both personally and professionally. And it's all built on a handful of principles that are just timeless.
So what is it, really? What's the secret sauce that separates the truly effective people from, well, everyone else who's just busy? Is it some magic trick, a new app? Nope. Covey says it's something way deeper. It's a fundamental shift in how you see the world. And that shift, he calls it the inside-out approach. Think about it. It's so easy to blame the traffic for being late or your boss for a bad project, right? But this approach flips that completely on its head. It says, hey, real lasting change doesn't come from trying to fix everything out there. It starts right here inside. It's about mastering yourself first, your character, your habits, your core principles. Once you get that right, you'll be amazed at how the world around you starts to change too. Okay, so here's the game plan for this explainer. We're going to start with what Covey calls the private victory. That's all about mastering yourself. Then we'll get into the public victory, which is where teamwork comes in. After that, we'll talk about the crucial habit of renewal, and then we'll see how it all fits together to create this amazing upward spiral of growth. Sound good? Let's do it. All right, first up, mastering yourself. This is what Covey calls the private victory. And honestly, this is where it all begins. You can't build a great house on a shaky foundation, right? Well, this is about building that rock-solid foundation of character and self-control. It's about that huge leap from being dependent on other people or your circumstances to becoming truly, genuinely independent, the one in the driver's seat of your own life. And it all starts with habit 1, which is the absolute bedrock of everything. Be proactive. It's a simple idea, but it's huge. It means you are the one in charge. You are the architect of your life. See, reactive people get all caught up in things they can't control. The weather, office politics, what other people think. But proactive people, they focus their time and energy on their circle of influence, the things they can do something about, their attitude, their work ethic, their choices. That right there is where your real power is. And you can actually hear the difference in the way people talk. Just listen. Reactive language is full of victimhood, isn't it? There's nothing I can do. I have to do this. It just drains the energy out of you. But proactive language, that's the language of empowerment. It's, let's look at our options. I choose to do this. Just changing your words can be the first tiny step toward completely changing your life. It's that powerful.
Okay, so being proactive puts you in the driver's seat. Awesome. But where are you driving? Control without a destination is just, spinning your wheels. And that's where habit 2 comes in. Begin with the end in mind. This is all about having a crystal clear vision for where you want to go. Covey has this really powerful exercise. Imagine your own funeral. A bit morbid, maybe, but stick with me. What would you want people to say about you? About the kind of person you were? That vision, that's your North Star. It becomes the filter for every single decision you make from now on. And here's why that vision is so critical. Covey's ladder metaphor is just perfect for this. Think about it. You can be the most efficient, hardest working person out there, scrambling up that ladder of success faster than anyone. But if your ladder is leaning against the wrong wall, every single step you take just gets you to the wrong place faster. All that effort is for nothing. Habit 2 is about making sure your ladder is leaning against the right wall before you start climbing. So how do you actually do this? How do you make that big, grand vision practical? Well, Covey suggests creating a personal mission statement. And don't worry, this isn't some stuffy corporate memo. Not at all. Think of it as your own personal constitution. It's a written-down compass that clearly defines what you stand for, what your values are, and where you're headed. It becomes this incredible tool to guide you through all of life's tough choices. All right, so with habit 1, you took control. With habit 2, you figured out your destination. Now habit 3, this is where the rubber really meets the road. It's put first things first. This is the habit of execution, of turning your vision into reality day by day. And here's the key. It's not about time management. It's about self-management. It's about disciplining yourself to focus on what you've already decided is most important. And Covey gives us a brilliant tool for this, the time management matrix. If you think about it, most of us live our lives bouncing between quadrant 1, crises and deadlines, and quadrant 3, interruptions and pointless meetings. It's all urgent, urgent, urgent. But the truly effective people, they make a conscious choice to live in quadrant 2. These are the things that are important but not urgent. Things like long-term planning, building relationships, learning new skills, even exercise. That's the zone where real, lasting progress is made.
And the best way to make sure you're living in that powerful quadrant 2 is with the big rocks analogy. It's so simple and effective. Your big rocks are your main priorities, your most important goals for the week. The trick is you have to put them in your calendar first. Schedule them in before anything else. Then all the little things, the emails, the small tasks, which are like the gravel and sand, can just fill in the spaces around them. Because if you fill your week with sand first, you'll never, ever find room for the big rocks that actually matter. So once you've put in the work on habits 1, 2, and 3, once you've achieved that private victory of self-mastery, you're ready for the next level, the public victory. This is where we move from I to we. It's about going from being independent to what Covey calls interdependent. That's the mature understanding that, yeah, we can do great things alone, but we can achieve so much more when we work effectively with others. And the foundation for all great teamwork is habit 4. Think win-win. This is a total mindset shift. It's about believing in abundance, that there's plenty of success to go around. See, so much of our society is programmed for win-lose. It's like a pie. If I get a bigger slice, you have to get a smaller one. But win-win says, hey, let's work together to bake a bigger pie. It's the only truly sustainable way to build relationships and teams, creating solutions where everybody feels good about the outcome and is committed to making it work. But you can't get to that win-win solution without habit 5. And honestly, this one is a total game changer for most people. It's seek first to understand, then to be understood. Think about it. Most of the time, we don't really listen. We're just reloading, waiting for our turn to talk, right? We're listening to reply. Empathetic listening is the exact opposite. It's about shutting down your own inner monologue, putting your own stuff aside, and truly trying to see the world through the other person's eyes, to feel what they're feeling. And when you take that win-win mindset from habit 4 and you combine it with the deep empathetic listening from habit 5, that's when the magic happens. That's habit 6, synergize. This is that incredible moment where the whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. It's where 1 + 1 = 3 or 10 or even 100. It's not about compromise, it's about creative cooperation. It's about seeing differences in people not as a threat, but as an opportunity to create something new and better than any one person could have come up with alone. Okay, so you've mastered yourself with the private victory, you've mastered teamwork with the public victory, you're feeling pretty good. But how do you keep it all going for the long haul? That brings us to our final and maybe most important habit, the one that keeps all the others running smoothly, the habit of renewal. Habit 7 is simply sharpen the saw. Imagine a woodcutter trying to saw down a tree. He's been at it for hours and he's exhausted, making no progress. You tell him to stop and sharpen his saw, and he says, I can't, I'm too busy sawing. It sounds ridiculous, right? But we do it to ourselves all the time. In this story, you are the saw. And to stay sharp and effective, you've got to take time for regular renewal across 4 key areas: your physical health, your mental growth, your social and emotional connections, and your spiritual core. If you neglect any one of those, the whole tool gets dull. And here's the beautiful part. When you consistently make time to sharpen the saw, you're not just preventing burnout. You're actually creating this powerful, positive cycle of continuous growth. This is how all 7 habits lock together to create not just a temporary fix, but real, lasting change. Covey calls this the upward spiral of growth. With each turn of the spiral, you're practicing the habits, but on a slightly higher level. You learn something, you commit to it, and you do it. Then you sharpen the saw, which gives you the energy and insight to learn, commit, and do on an even higher level next time. It shows us that becoming effective isn't some destination you arrive at. It's a continuous, exciting journey of improvement. Look, at the end of the day, this isn't just interesting theory. It really is a blueprint for building a better, more effective life. So the question for you is, which one of these habits is calling out to you right now? What's the one small, proactive choice you can make today to start sharpening that saw or to begin with the end in mind? Your own upward spiral can start right now.